promised, it's time for the Luke Bryan story. This whole thing started when I was teaching Zumba at my dance studio. I did this song with Luke Bryan and Jason Derulo.
Bring it! Girl, you know what I want to want it. And if you want it, then girl, you got me.
And the women lost their ever-loving mind. I literally had to tell him, you know he can't hear you, right? So then I had to pretend like I couldn't stand the guy. I'd never met the guy. He seemed like probably a nice enough guy from what I've read. So I put together this poorly edited video. I titled it, Luke Bryan Ruined My Life, and I sent it to one of his tour managers. I'll explain throughout the video.
That's ugly.
So I did a routine to this song, and the premise of this video was essentially to drive all the ladies in the class nuts by basically saying how much better I am than Luke Bryan at literally everything.
That's ugly.
Let's see if I can remember the routine.
I can't even lie. I'm about to be that guy. Someone else gonna have to drive me home. Bang a ring, ring, bang a ring, ring. Bass in the trunk, vibrate that thing. Do your thing, girl, do that thing like. To them pretty faced girls trying to press each other. And them undercover freaks who ain't none but trouble. Baby, I'ma tell you some only cause I love you. Cause I love you, baby. In the world, sexy mother.
Get ugly.
Get ugly, baby. Yeah. And everybody say,
Get ugly.
It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
That's ugly.
Okay, so you get the point. His tour manager sees the video, loves it, and sends me a meet and greet ticket to his next concert. Unfortunately, his next concert was in Arkansas. I don't think he realized where I was from, but I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm in Cincinnati. So I was like, all right, road trip. The seats in the concert were actually really good. So I'm getting ready to meet Luke. His tour manager has me in line with all of his craziest fans. They were called the Nut House. Even though I'm in Arkansas, I know he's going to be coming to Cincinnati eventually. So I gave him one of my free class passes. I didn't think he would show up, but I don't know, maybe his wife or somebody would. He takes my free class pass from me and literally autographs it. Luke Bryan autographed a picture of me. The whole thing lasted like 2 seconds. We squared up for a picture and I was on my merry way. What I failed to realize is to me, Luke Bryan is like old MacDonald had a farm. Not a big deal. But to some people, they worship him. This is Lori. She takes care of everything at the studio. She loves Jesus, Luke Bryan, and me and Blippy are tied for third. What sound does a cat make? I made her a blanket so she could sleep with both of us. But I knew I could do better than that. It was time to make her dream come true. Instead of taking the easy route and just asking the tour manager for another ticket, I signed up for Luke Bryan's fan mail, but I did it with an email address just for Lori. Every single day, I would get on there and I would enter to try to win for her for every one of Luke Bryan's shows across the country. Didn't matter which one, I was going to fly her there. If we were actually lucky enough to win. Unfortunately, the email went to my ex-girlfriend and she thought that it was spam. So on one day notice, I called Lori and said, head to the airport. She didn't want to go alone, so she brought our friend Vanessa. Have you ever booked 2 flights to Florida on one day notice? I digress. And just like that, her dream came true. And in an odd twist of fate, the last few months, total strangers have totally ruined her dreams. Who do I look like?
Luke Bryan.
I swear to God, I did not tell her to say that. All right, you'll never believe this. I promise you I'm not making this up. Who did you say I look like?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. I don't know what's in those spy balloons, but 5 people over the last month and a half have randomly told me I look like Luke Bryan. Not bragging. Sorry for ruining all your fantasies, but happy birthday, Lori. On behalf of all your friends and family, for your birthday, we all hope Luke Bryan gets a divorce.
Hey, Lori, for your birthday, I got you a plot next to the president.